under the bright lights of a roaring American arena. 1,000 heartbeats fuse into one as the air trembles with anticipation. The banners of two proud boxing nations sway above the ring, Mexico and Puerto Rico, longtime rivals whose clashes have carved unforgettable chapters in the sport's history. Tonight, another story is ready to be written. The smell of sweat, popcorn, and adrenaline hangs heavy as fans rise to their feet for the challenger, Cesar Seda of Puerto Rico, a technician with quiet fire in his eyes. This is his second attempt at a world title, a dream he has chased since childhood gym wars on the island. The announcer's voice booms, calling him the WBC's number 5 contender, a polished southpaw who has traveled far for one final shot at greatness. Seda steps through the ropes with the calm of a man who knows that destiny favors the brave. Then the lights dim and erupt again. A thunder of cheers rolls through the building as Leo Santa Cruz, the Relentless machine from Los Angeles by way of Puerto, Mexico, begins his walk. He carries the energy of a champion who never asks for rest, a fighter forged by hardship, by family, and by miles of unseen training. Santa Cruz enters with the swagger of a man defending his 122-pound WBC belt for the first time, a man who understands the responsibility of a Mexican warrior. The ring glows beneath them as the referee brings both fighters forward. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Gloves touch. Mexico versus Puerto Rico once again. The bell is seconds away, but already the crowd knows. This will be a fight of heart, skill, and pressure. 12 rounds to define their legacies. The opening bell cracks through the noise, and instantly the chess match ignites. Seda, sharp and disciplined, flicks out quick counters, testing the champion's rhythm. Santa Cruz pushes forward behind a high guard, absorbing early touches while stalking, always stalking. The first exchanges are tight, precise, Seda doubling the jab, slipping off the center line, and landing clean left hands that dart between Santa Cruz's gloves. The crowd murmurs at the challenger's poise. This is world-class boxing. Feints, pivots, and body-to-head combinations traded at blistering speed. Santa Cruz begins to warm, firing jabs in rapid succession, trying to force Seda to retreat in straight lines, something dangerous for a shorter fighter. Seda holds his ground, answering with crisp rights to the body, making Santa Cruz reset. For a moment, the champion studies him, realizing this challenger will not be overwhelmed easily. Then Santa Cruz starts to raise the tempo. He throws a barrage of punches, flurries that test Seda's guard, shots that slit past elbows and thump against ribs. Seda answers with sharp counters, but little by little, Santa Cruz's pressure begins to wear. Still, the Puerto Rican stays disciplined, landing the cleaner power shots early and keeping the champion honest with that straight left slicing through the middle. The fans rise with every exchange. Santa Cruz throws combinations. Seda snaps back with single, accurate counters. The rivalry simmers, Mexico's volume against Puerto Rico's precision. As the second round closes, Santa Cruz drives forward, hammering hooks to the body, forcing Seda into the ropes for the first time. The bell saves him, but the message is clear. Santa Cruz is settling in, building momentum, preparing to turn this fight into the relentless grind he's known for. 2 rounds in, and the tension is already electric. 2 proud warriors matching skill for skill. By the 4th round, the fight erupts into a cauldron of nonstop action. Santa Cruz does what he does best: volume, suffocating pressure, combinations that don't merely land, but accumulate, pile, and weigh. His jab now snaps Seda's head back with consistency, each flick putting the challenger ever so slightly out of position. Seda tries to maintain lateral movement, but Santa Cruz cuts the ring off like a veteran, slipping inside and banging hooks to the ribs. Still, Seda fires back bravely, counter right hands, slick lefts over the top. moments where the challenger uses Santa Cruz's forward lean to step back and launch a sharp 1-2. It works, but only in flashes because Santa Cruz refuses to give ground. Their feet tangle occasionally, the classic lefty-righty problem, but the exchanges remain electric. Midway through the fight, Santa Cruz begins to dominate the tempo. He forces clinches, pushes Seda to work inside, and chips away with short uppercuts and hooks. One furious exchange leaves the crowd gasping, body shots traded at point-blank range, both fighters digging deep into reservoirs of pride. Then a moment of chaos. Seda slips to the canvas. The referee rules it a slip, but Santa Cruz senses momentum tilting fully his way. He storms forward, his peekaboo guard absorbing shots as he tears into Seda's body. The Puerto Rican now struggles to keep Santa Cruz honest. Every step backward invites a storm of punches. Yet Seda shows heart, world-class heart. He refuses to wilt, answering with straight punches that momentarily halt the champion's assault. The rounds are close, competitive, but the rhythm belongs to Santa Cruz. Every jab, every combination, every step forward chips away at Seda's sharpness. The rivalry is now a war of attrition, and the champion is beginning to impose his will. As the fight enters the deep water of the late rounds, the tone shifts. The earlier chess match is gone. Now it is grit and endurance. Santa Cruz, still machine-like in his punch output, continues doubling and tripling the jab, landing combinations upstairs and downstairs with surgical repetition. His stamina is extraordinary, an engine built for 12 hard rounds. Seda, visibly tiring, tries to stay unpredictable, mixing step-backs with counters, but Santa Cruz reads him more easily now, beating him to the punch and forcing him into exchanges he no longer wants. A hard right hand from Santa Cruz staggers the challenger, sending a ripple through the crowd. But Seda fires back with a barrage to the body, proving he is not done yet. The fans roar at the back-and-forth drama. This is the essence of the Mexico-Puerto Rico rivalry, pride that refuses to bend. But Santa Cruz's strength and size begin to tell. His bodywork is relentless, hooks digging into Seda's liver, uppercuts finding the sternum, combinations finishing with sharp jabs that snap Seda's guard open. The challenger's punches become wider, sloppier, thrown out of instinct rather than strategy. Yet, he keeps throwing, heart over fatigue. In the corners, coaches plead for urgency. "You need to do a little more," Seda's corner warns. "You have him. Throw more." But Santa Cruz stays in command, picking his moments, firing multi-punch salvos that push Seda backward with each sequence. One final exchange in the 10th round electrifies the arena, both fighters landing flush, Seda with a left, Santa Cruz with a right, but the champion's shots carry more weight, more authority. The clock winds down as both men breathe fire. Seda is courageous, Santa Cruz is relentless. With only 2 rounds remaining, the challenger needs a miracle. The champion needs only to stay the course. The 12th and final round begins with a sense of finality hanging over the ring. Both fighters circle, weary yet defiant. Santa Cruz, knowing he controls the scorecards, remains sharp, alert, measured, but still aggressive. Seda, refusing to bow out quietly, digs deep and pushes forward, still looking for openings in the champion's armor. But Santa Cruz's range and conditioning shine through. His long, piercing jabs keep Seda at bay. His combinations, though slightly slower now, remain clean and authoritative. A left hand to the body lands with a thud, followed by a hook upstairs that catches the challenger flush. Seda tries to counter, tries to find one last moment of brilliance, but Santa Cruz is simply the bigger, stronger man tonight. The pace has slowed, not from lack of will, but from the toll of 1,000 exchanged punches. Still, even as fatigue weighs on them like chains, both fighters summon the pride of their nations. Santa Cruz rallies with one final flurry. Lefts, rights, body shots, a classic whirlwind from the Mexican champion. Seda responds, swinging hard, landing a clean hook that draws cheers from the Puerto Rican fans. But the champion's determination never wavers. He keeps the center of the ring, keeps the rhythm, keeps the control. The final seconds tick away with the two men still trading leather, the rivalry living on in each punch. When the bell rings, they separate slowly, battered but unbroken. There's no bitterness, only respect. Two warriors who left pieces of themselves in the ring. The arena falls into suspense as both fighters return to their corners, chests heaving, gloves resting on the ropes. 12 rounds of fierce, high-level combat now come down to 3 scorecards. Santa Cruz stands tall, bruised but confident, surrounded by the energy of a champion who delivered exactly what he promised: pressure, volume, and unshakable heart. Seda, though beaten, shows the pride of a man who gave everything for his dream. The announcer steps forward, card in hand, and the crowd quiets to a low rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. A heartbeat passes, another. Then the words erupt. All 3 judges score the bout in favor of the winner, and still featherweight champion of the world, Leo Santa Cruz. The arena detonates with sound. Santa Cruz lifts his gloves skyward, embracing the roar of the crowd. He has added another chapter to the storied rivalry between Mexico and Puerto Rico, another night of heart, grit, and relentless fire. Seda, noble in defeat, stands tall as well, knowing he shared the ring and held his own against one of boxing's relentless engines. In the aftermath, the analysts speak of Santa Cruz's discipline, his pressure, his mastery of distance and volume. They speak of Seda's courage, his counters, his resilience. This wasn't just a fight, it was a testament to the culture, the pride, and the spirit embedded in boxing's most enduring rivalry. As the cameras fade and the crowd filters out into the cool night air, one truth remains. Leo Santa Cruz, El Terremoto, proved once again why he is a champion, and Cesar Seda proved why he belongs among world-class warriors. 2 nations, 2 fighters, one unforgettable night under the lights.